Uh-oh. I see gears on the table, dude.
Yeah, it's that time again.
Fresh off a Texas 2K win. Maybe the most malleable car out there. What are we about to do?
We're going to go 8th Mile Racing Radial Outlaw Series for LDR, Limited Drag Radial.
Limited Drag Radial is essentially the same, well, it is the same class that Red runs in. It is Nova.
Yeah.
You guys are probably pretty familiar with that. But it's a little bit different for Coyote to be running that deal. Most of it is dominated by big blocks and Hemis, Pro Charger stuff. Definitely not any drag and drive cars doing it.
No, we're going in outgunned. You know, we've been talking to them for probably the past year about the class because we wanted the car fits the class. There's a lot of cars like my car, mod motor cars, Coyote cars that would fit the class well, but really with the current rule set, we couldn't be fast enough, right? Like the class, the top 5-6 guys all running the 380s right now to the 390s, 4.0. Like if you're not running 4.0, like you're probably not qualifying at a round, you know. So us all in, the best we've been is a 396. You know, that's everything on the table. We've done it multiple times. You guys have seen that's a good bit away from a 380. And you know, if they would have took our lockup away and did other things, we would have slowed down and not even been close. So. They made a rule for Coyotes where we can have the lockup and run the car similar to how it is now, pretty much the same, a couple little changes. And we're going to go out there and see if we can be competitive. I know that I can't run a 380 right now. Maybe we'll get there eventually, but we're going to show up and race. Like we're just going to jump into the deep end here, race a lot of billet big blocks and Hemis with our little drag and drive car, and see if we can race good and go a few rounds, maybe win an event or so.
Yeah, and this is really our path to being able to race this car more. Like, we've got a lot invested in it, time, money, effort. It runs really well, but, like, ultimately, racing it a couple times a year and drag and drive and, like, Stream 28s and stuff just isn't really, like, satisfying our appetite.
Yeah, it's that series, that radial series, it's just a fun series. Like, it races at all great tracks. All the classes are super competitive. The rule sets are constantly changing to make the cars equal, to give it a level playing field, and that's what we like. We like the competitiveness of it. So the only way to get faster is to race people faster, so we're going to go there. And if we're not fast enough this weekend, then we'll figure out how to make the car faster. You guys know that already.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool seeing... This thing we have to drive back because we don't have a push car for it yet. And we don't have a trailer to haul a push car.
No, right, yeah, right. We probably get a golf cart or a push car, but my 24-foot trailer doesn't fit it. A lot of people ask that. I'm like, my trailer won't fit it. So, yeah, we'll just drive it to and from the lanes, just like we normally do. Normal routine for us. It's going to look a little out of place probably to all the guys there, but, you know, we know most all those guys, and they know the car. So, hopefully the well fitting is pretty warm, and we're going to have fun either way.
Yeah, so we... got it back from Texas. I say we, I didn't do any of this. Got it back from Texas 2K, did some engine maintenance. You were down to 7 cylinders out there. Luckily, fast forward, got the engine turned around, as they always do. And we're going to bring this Cash Coyote out there. So tomorrow we load up and head north.
Yeah, that's it. Just got to finish putting it back together. So we run an 8th mile trim. So I have 8th mile gearing. The class runs 295, I think it's 70 tires. So it's the same diameter as the 315 tire we ran a World Cup. It's just a little narrower. It's an ET Street R. So we're going to be set up for that. We just got the engine back from Joe, like Doug said. In Texas, we had an ignition coil misfire issue, and we collapsed a skirt on a piston. I thought I was going to miss this race, and I got back because Joe's been working his butt off, keeping up with the man and with me. And he said, no, like, we're going.
We're racing LDR.
We're racing LDR. Bring me the engine. So I brought him the engine the day after we got back from TX2K. And he got it back to me yesterday and went in the car.
Cool. All right, well, we're going to load this thing up, head up to Rockingham, North Carolina, and try our hand at a lot more competitive racing. So it's going to be fun. Hey Brett, where's your push car at?
Oh yeah, about that.
Left it at home, didn't you?
Yeah, we left it at home.
All right, so we're out here LDR racing. I was not here yesterday, but what, pretty decent?
Yeah, it was great. You know, this was the first time running with this gearing. It was a new tire. In this class, they run a 295/60 ET Pro. We've only ever run a 275 and a 315. The height is similar, but just, you know, every little bit changes. So went out and we ran the testing yesterday, made 2 passes, spun the first pass. Thought it was air pressure related. Second pass, it made it a little further. Right, up the air pressure. We saw in the video that it was collapsing the tire. Maybe we'll put in the photo that way people can see it. Because I went back to similar pressure that I run on the 315. And this 295 stretched on the same wheel, just wants more pressure. That's all there is to it. So we upped it another pound, made a clean run, and went 106, 269, which was really fast for the tune-up that we had in it to us. So we were super excited about that.
So 8 mile, what do you think that would be?
That's 399
or
so.
Yep.
Like at that power level. So it for that tune-up would have been great. Our best in the car ever is a 396. And on that tune-up, we went 101.60, 266. 396. So we went 106, 299 or 269. So there's numbers everywhere. So we're pretty pumped to go into qualifying tonight. We're gonna go over the car, a couple little things to tighten up on it, tune up on it, and I'm gonna go out and just kind of repeat that same run from last night, but a little faster. So we're gonna try to go like 104, 266, and hopefully it goes like a 295 or 395, 394.
Which is a great place to be.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Like this class, if you guys aren't familiar, nowadays there's guys that can go out and run 385, 388, but like the majority of the field is 390 to 395. So like if we come out on our first race with this car and go 390 anything, like below 95, like that's a win.
Right, and it's a win for us either way because it's a personal best for us. So progress with the car that will translate into all the racing we'll do later in the year. Track's really good. Being out here with all these teams, you know, it's a different race than what we usually race, and it's an awesome experience. So
highly competitive. Every round is a hard round in LDR. Not that it isn't in like some of the like Stream 28 stuff, but like
typically
you're talking about
cars a little easier in a lot of those classes because you have like almost a second spread in the class. So right now we're gonna have a 10th spread.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's over 16 cars already here for LDR. I think it's the biggest class of the weekend. The class is really growing. So yeah, we're gonna put down hopefully a mid 390, kind of make the field, and then start getting after the 60 foot and see how fast we can go. Like everything's gonna be a win.
And you got Red as a teammate. Far different engine, but Red's kind of the veteran here. So
he is, and the tire pressure that he said he recommended was what I should have started off with yesterday instead of starting off with what I did before, because that was where we ended up. And Red's been 388 with that car. Awesome car, I love it, and hopefully we get on the opposite side of the ladder, and then we don't have to see each other until
we're kind of forming a little team motion over here. So.
Yeah, that's it. I'll handle the bottom side, he can handle the top side, and we'll
hopefully meet in a fight. Right. Got Peter tuning Red. It's been a while since we've been at the track.
Has it?
On a video.
2.5. Oh, on a video,
On a video. But yeah, only 2.5 weeks in reality.
2.5 weeks, yeah.
So the Nova's fresh off new PB.
Right.
What'd it go?
Every time we've been to the track in 2025, we set a new PB at every race.
Yeah. The Nova's back. Like we struggled for a couple of years. Wasn't a lot to video and talk about. But it's been a good reset. You got it, like the cars.
I was telling Wade yesterday when he was asking me what happened. I'm like, man, you're kind of mad when you're in the trenches, but it forces you to work like you wouldn't normally work. And it forces you to learn things you wouldn't normally learn, especially the way we run this program. You know what I mean? We don't have a hired guy to just fix it. You know what I mean? It's just us trying to figure it out like a lot of teams. But yeah, dude, we had a little bit of a valve drop at the big end in E1 of South Georgia. We had a really good car, and that just kind of ended our weekend. So now we're fixed up, spare engines here. Nothing's going to stop us from winning this one but our own demise, you know what I mean?
So you still have big block Chevrolet in this thing.
Yep.
I think the last big video we did, we were still scraping up spare parts, heads, all that stuff. But now, like, this program has got spare engines, spare transmissions.
Well, at this level, mean, this is top tier class racing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're racing guys with enormous budgets. You're racing guys with a lot less budget than us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But everybody's playing the same game, trying to win. You know, so you're trying to take out every variable you can within reason. You know what I mean? And when you get on a program, when you get some momentum in a failed part, whether it's a transmission third member, whether it's a parachute that breaks and you can't fix, it just lets everybody's air out. You know what I mean? You
got to have something there to fix it.
So try to keep as many parts as we can keep. But yeah, dude, fresh. Spent about 4 days at HED putting in this one, getting it kind of, making sure it's back where it is. We're going to go down there and make a couple of 330. Probably just one if it looks fine.
Yep.
Just a 330 shot. Make sure it backs up our tune-up. And
yeah, that's really the thing. These cars are run so hard now. You can't just put laps and laps and laps and laps on them.
I mean, we don't have to freshen the motor but every 50 or 60 runs. But it's to the point. We go out here and make 6 good runs this weekend. The motor's coming out and getting tore apart and looked at.
Yeah.
Probably don't need rods. Probably don't need valves. Probably don't need anything.
Yeah.
But you're trying to catch every little thing you can. We caught a little problem before it become a big problem that we didn't even know about while it was out last week. So things like that, man, you're thankful for, to have guys like Pete and Lee and the guys at HED and, you know, somebody dumb like me that don't mind driving halfway across the country to make sure we're here in Rockingham, North Carolina.
What do you think about a drag and drive car being in LDR? Like, this class is so different. Like, it's not just a Hemi Pro Charger deal.
His work ethic is right up there with everybody else's. Maybe he's coming with a little different power plant, something a little different than what people are seeing, but I think it's important for people to see how other racers grow into this style of racing. You know what I mean? But that's awesome. It's so funny watching him drive it to the lanes, drive it back. Everybody's kind of looking around, seeing what's going on.
This class is cool, though. You have Chad Henderson with essentially like a roots blown Hemi. You got this thing. You got that thing. You got
nitrous cars,
Gen 3 Hemi over there. Like
big block Pro Chargers, small block Pro Chargers. I mean, a little bit of everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It'll be a good weekend. The air's good. Rockingham, they're killing this track. Like the
racetrack's
awesome.
It's
The
awesome.
facilities are awesome.
Other than the pollen that's falling out of the air, we could do without that. But yeah, here with the race family, ready to do what we enjoy.
All right. So if you guys aren't familiar with LDR, this is another car. Kind of the whole premise is a bunch of different power adders. Bunch of different power adders, but real cars.
We got
tuned by Stevie Fast on this one.
We got a lot of Buicks out here. KTR's fielding a whole fleet of Buicks. We got little Buicks making bigger Buicks.
It's like the 1980s.
Yep.
Category.
No push car. All right, dude. First round of LDR officially.
Yes,
things right here. Only car to drive up here. Only car to have an alternator.
And a water pump.
And a water pump.
Probably a
and
serpentine belt.
And a passenger seat. And probably a radiator. Stuff like that.
Yeah, we were watching a few cars test earlier, and I was questioning why we're out here. But we're gonna give it all we have.
I'm glad you put that in the video because I think we're gonna do exceptionally well.
Yeah, I think so. We're gonna do good. We got run this pass down. We feel pretty confident that this will make a good pass and go at 390 something, and kind of just set us in the field, and then just try to work on going faster after that.
Yeah, I mean, basically from here. Make a good qualifying pass. And it's just really just learning how to go really fast with the car.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 8th mile. We know the track's going to be good, so everyone's on their game. So you're going to be good on the tree. Every round's going to be fast. It's not going to be an easy round once we get to eliminations. So.
Yeah, so often like we're worried about going to the quarter mile or we're worried about driving to the next track, but like 8th mile, when you can concentrate on just getting after it, like, it's just a different game.
Yeah, and it's easier on the car, so you can run it maybe harder than you usually do because it's only half the run distance-wise, heat-wise. So
Easier
pretty excited.
All right, well, good luck, man. See what she does. You gonna drive it back afterwards?
Oh yeah, I mean we don't have a push car, so if something happens, we need to get pushed back. I'm gonna be down there with my thumb out to all the other people at the push car.
He said you're good there. All right, Brett, I almost made that first rip.
Yeah, it was good. 105.60 and it spun about 1.1. Really wasn't expecting it. So I don't know. We took a little power out there just to go down, and then tomorrow we'll get up to 60 foot a little more.
Yeah, you guys were at the end of the run order, so just less and less track, and especially when it's cold like this. So.
Yeah, I think it looked like basically half the field spun.
Yeah.
So out of 17 cars, it was like 9 or 10 that didn't make the trip, and we were one of them, unfortunately. The other half did awesome. 380, it was raining 380s out there. I was in the back just like, oh my God.
You're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, all right. So,
I feel like that's going to happen for a while till we get a hang.
No, absolutely. So we'll hopefully make a good run this pass and then come faster tomorrow.
Get back on track.
That's it.
All right, guys, I'll give you a little bit of just like a play-by-play. So we went 393, which is very strong for the class. The fastest cars tonight went 88, 87, so we're right in the hunt, at least in my opinion, especially for our like second pass on that gear combo, tire, all that stuff. So we're gonna keep chipping away at it, and hopefully we, get in the competitive side of things and see where we go. Personal best, dude's driving it back. Look at this thing. Drag and drive, baby! Bro!
That was 40.
PB?
Yeah, by a
few numbers.
Yeah, I mean, 192 is a PB, 393. It was just trying to go faster than what we thought it was trying to go.
Yeah, it was just making a lot of power. That track wasn't, it's very thin.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we're just to a place we've never been before, so you're always gonna run up against them.
And this engine's happy.
Oh no, whatever Joe did to this engine, this is the strongest engine we've had in probably a year. And he told me, he's like, hey, I did some stuff different. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. And it's fine. Yeah. It's real pretty badass. It's pretty badass. Yeah. So that was it's great. Yeah. It was I hit the scales, it was 2740. All right. So we're overweight. Yeah. Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Somewhere to go. Yeah. And red goes friggin' bracket car 388, dude.
Which lane, and I'm like, man. It's so funny though, because I know he was probably mad about that. To be able to go an 88 and 88.
Well, especially like when if you flash back like 6 months ago, if we would have thought we could run one 388, awesome. But now it just does it every pass.
Right, and it's like we've always said, like you don't until you've been there, you don't really know. Once you know how to get there, then it's easier to repeat that.
Now it's a bracket car. Nice work, Red.
The whole class is going to be able to go 4 or 5 numbers faster. Ain't no need in beating it up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. I don't know where we're still at, but even if we would have went 85, 86, we'd still be sitting 4, 5, 6.
But basically, so like your test pass from this morning, the second, the third pass, like all pretty much 388 passes. Exactly. So like morning, noon, and night, literally.
Same thing.
Morning, noon, and night. All right, guys, it is Friday. And Red's sitting there with a solid 388 bracket car, but we're behind the boat. Like 388, probably the fastest guys are going to go 385, maybe depending on the air, track, and all that stuff. But 393 is not going to cut the mustard, so we're gonna do some testing, do some maybe 100-foot shots,
Yeah.
and just try to push the needle.
Yeah, we're going to need to go 102, 101, 60 foot to be able to run that 88 number that we need right now. And probably need something faster than that if we go some rounds. So, we're going to do 1 or 2 test passes this morning. There's a test session going on, and then get ready for qualifying tonight. Hopefully move up the ladder a little bit. The field is stacked. I don't even know if it matters where you're at. You're going to be racing. Like, you got to put the finals tune. For us, like, we got to put the best tune up we have in it. First round, second round, like, honestly, it probably doesn't even matter. Just hopefully I get on the opposite side as Ren. So
that's kind of like how LDR is. I mean, these cars are all so close, but the track is basically the only thing that keeps them from, you know, going 388 every pass. So there's not a 399 car, you know, that's just like 388 to 394 or something like that. But we're not going to get past first round or second round with a 393. So
right, exactly. And surprisingly, a lot of cars were spinning last night.
Yeah.
Like, and yesterday. So we did first pass, 9 cars behind us did or in front of us, and then second round looked a lot simpler too. So there's probably still 3 or 4 cars. I think there's 1 or 2 guys still putting in engines last night that haven't even ran yet. So there's probably 2 or 3 more cars that can go 80s that just haven't even made a good pass yet.
that's a good point.
So we'll focus on ourselves for now, get the car faster, maybe another personal best, and yeah, do our thing. Kept waving me.
Oh.
Like, no time.
Our driver's on the
We were just trying to go 102 here, and this thing just went 100, 261. Dude, Brett, there was no rubber. I literally was about to tell you to turn it down.
Let's give her a hug right now.
I was about to tell you to turn it down, but I was like, wait, no, we're trying to go fast.
Yeah,
like,
we had to see.
That's what we're up here
yeah,
for.
No point in turning it
So I
down.
was like, oh, let's just move you way out of the groove. That worked. In the heat of the day.
One flat.
That's
one
nuts,
flat
dude.
with a 5. 261. So last night we went at 266.
Dude, that's nuts. I don't even know what that's nuts.
That's 5 numbers. So 5 numbers off the 93. We're getting banned.
Brett, Q3's coming up.
Yep.
A little bit faster every pass. So, what's your prediction this pass?
Well, if it repeats that run from testing, it's gonna go something stupid, like an 88 or a 389 or something. Which, yeah,
It's running really good.
it's running really good.
We thought it'd take a lot longer to get competitive because you ran a car a lot before this, so
Right.
it's like,
Yeah,
but
we ran
it's
a lot, but like
quickly
we were
learning
saying, like,
and
yeah, quickly learning, and like you're forced to. Usually we show up. Generally, we're a faster car, so we're not forced. Like now we show up and we're the slowest car, so now you're like, hey, you better figure this out.
You're hungry.
Like it adds something. The track's really good every pass. You know, we have the gearing set up to go 8th, where before we were always running a quarter gearing, so like that helped increase some speed. And Job's just been killing it. Like,
Yeah, turbo people.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Like that 60 foot earlier, like I still think maybe it was fake. Like until we repeat it,
We're about to find out.
Like,
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
All right, well, good luck. Dude, what happened?
I think we broke an exhaust rocker on cylinder 4. We might be done.
We might be done.
It was on a good run. 103, 264.
Yeah,
So,
that's a PB.
Yeah, it was because, went 266.
Well, no, PB other than earlier today.
Right, yeah. For a full pass, 264, 266 on the 393, so -2, would have been a low 390.
Yeah,
Would have been
almost a
an improvement for
380.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a high 103, so yeah, that might have been that.
The rockers. Rockers. We're really pushing this thing hard.
Well, we are, and we have the solution. It's just not ready yet.
Yes.
It's not done yet.
Yeah.
So we've been limping that for
Yeah.
to have fun.
If it so happens to be that, our goal was to come out here and see what we could do, and we saw what we could do.
Should have ran that run out in testing this morning.
Dang it. No doubt.
It's what it always does. It shows you a little bit,
and then it makes you work.
And it makes you work for it.
Yep.
Nothing is ever easy when it comes to that. So we got multiple personal bests all weekend, or all week, I should say. That made it through the weekend, yeah.
You know what? Like, see how hard these guys work and stuff. We were just so hopeful that it would just be easy, but it's not. That's the whole thing about this deal.
Well, it's not, especially in this style of racing. I mean, probably every single other person in our class has another engine in their trailer, ready to go in, and we would just change the engine tonight. And then we'd be right back.
We don't even have a push car.
So that's just the stuff that happens when you have to run them this hard to compete, and it usually bends a valve when that happens. So I don't know. We'll call Joe. Maybe we can work some magic. There's a couple shops that are close by.
See what we can find.
Maybe we can find some parts. See how it goes. We'll diagnose and evaluate more, and then go from there.
All right. Red, what do you got going on?
I don't know. We'll see.
Slow it down a few miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a lot slower, but the air was a lot worse too, so I don't know. We're watching it in the stage lanes, and we've seen it getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
They weren't, all I'll say is they weren't handing out 380s like they were last night.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's all. And that's because of the air, I promise you. You know what I mean? It just needs more, but we were afraid to change the tune-up after what we did today with the transmission.
Sure.
So that's kind of the deal,
Yep.
Look at it and see.
All right.
Another one. The air's getting better.
Yep.
But
we got one more.
83, so they on their game.
Woo!
I don't know what anybody else went. I could hear Brett because he was right in front of me.
He won a 94.
Yep. So.
Tommy Yeomans went 91. So we're gonna see if we can work on that F-150 motor. It's broken.
Work truck.
We think it's broken. Maybe it's what?
Maybe it's an injector or something.
Alright, so you were right. Ford Motor Company rocker arms are not good 380s.
We found the limit. 390 on the stock rockers. Maybe our limit. But it's alright. Jessel has a rocker arm. We've been talking to him. We just haven't got it all together yet. So we'll just stop racing it until we actually do that, because now it's happened twice, so it's going to continue to happen.
Start hurting parts so you don't need to hurt.
Sometimes you're like, oh, maybe it was an old part, because we never really replaced them, but we know better.
In the back of your head, you're like, nah, that's not how that works.
So racing an engine.
Yep. So I call racing, not winning. First round LDR coming up. Who you got?
We got Wally Farbaki. He's been fast. They've had some engine troubles. We've got a good car. I think we got a good car that can send anybody home that's on the ladder against us.
Nice.
We just got to make a play our game.
Yep.
Parts attrition and cut a good light, man. This is the most nerve-wracking round of all. You know what I mean? Because like Wally, no disrespect, they've been fast. I mean, they've been fast. Those are the cars. I was just talking to Brett. Those are the cars. I would rather draw somebody I know is going to make a good run, because then there's no pressure. Than a guy that you're like, okay, he hadn't made good runs, but a flip of a coin, dude's gonna make a good run, and that dude could cut a light. I've been next to him several 00 lights. So we're just gonna do our thing, man. We got a good car. We are the best at our game that we've been so far. So.
I mean, 87, 88 don't matter if you don't go up there and cut a light. So this is kind of where people get win and lose on a tree.
100%. And it's I mean, there's some people in there that probably lack a little on that, and if you are slow, you got to take advantage of it. You got to do your job front to back.
All right, good luck, bro.